The PAP chairman, Mr. Lim Boon Heng, introduced the PAP's 25th new candidate on the afternoon of Nomination Day. Dr. Chia Shi Lu has replaced Mr. Baey Yam Keng in Tanjong Pagar GRC, the only constituency that will not be contested in the upcoming election. This means that Dr. Chia has gone from an unknown to a PAP MP-elect within a day.
There's one person we have not yet formally introduced to the media, so I'm sure that people want to know who this person is. It's Dr. Chia Shi Lu on my left here. He's a medical doctor, and most medical doctors have a way with people, so I'm sure that he'll be able to relate to the constituents without much difficulty.
This work is, as Lim has mentioned, is an extension of my day job. A lot of times, listening to problems. In fact, as I was telling my new residents a little bit earlier, it's a little bit too much like my day work. Most of the time, people walk into my office, they tell me what their troubles are. Sometimes I can solve them, sometimes I can't. But at the end of the day, when they leave my office, they should be satisfied to some extent. Although, there are times when we can't satisfy everyone. But that doesn't mean that we stop trying.
The 40-year-old orthopedic surgeon stood in for Mr. Baey Yam Keng, who was transferred to Tampines GRC after unionist and PAP new candidate Steve Tan pulled out of the election. Dr. Chia is single and has been involved in grassroots activities since the second half of 2009. Although he may not have been part of the original slate of new PAP candidates, Dr. Chia says he does not mind stepping up to the challenge and serving his new constituents.
The bottom line here is a willingness to serve, and a desire to do so. I think if you ask me what's the most important quality of someone who's seeking public office, I think at the base of it, the desire and the heart must be in the right place. I wouldn't, if someone were to say no because it's you are a substitute, then I think that person would be missing the point. And although I would say as an aside that this is not quite a situation when you're talking about substitutes and so on, but I would just say to that the key thing here is that the job has to be done, and if you feel that the job needs to be done and you're asked to step up to the plate and do that job, then you should do it. And going back to the football analogy, it doesn't mean that someone who's come in at the 70th or the 60th minute is necessarily any less valued than someone who comes in from the beginning. If you're a sports fan, I think you would understand that analogy as well.
Yeah, they score goals as well.
Dr. Chia also drew on his experience in the medical field to explain the situation of current opposition.
For example, if you were unfortunate enough to have an illness, and the doctor offers you a new drug, you ask the doctor, so this is the newest drug, right? And then you ask the doctor, so how long has this drug been on the market? He says, oh, it's just come out. We haven't actually tried it on anything. But it's supposed to be very good. So the question is, are you going to take your chance with that particular new treatment or drug, or are you going to be a bit more realistic and practical and try and use something that's already available, and you hear this all the time now, a proven track record, right? And try and refine and improve it.
During the Q&A segment, reporters quizzed Mr. Lim on whether such a sudden switch in candidates has happened before in previous elections for the PAP.
In 2001, I was again involved in a fairly dramatic change in Jurong GRC. The original team included Mr. Ravindran, Dr. Maliki, and Dr. Ong Chit Chun, Mr. Sifu Yishun. On the eve of Nomination Day, we made a switch, and Mr. Taman Shamagadam took the place of Mr. Ravindran, and Madam Halima Yaakob took the place of Dr. Maliki. So it's happened before.
Has it happened to a new candidate?
Well, Mr. Taman Shamagadam was supposed to be working in Marine Parade at the time. So they had to switch from Marine Parade to Jurong.
Learn more about Dr. Chia, the latest PAP candidate and MP-elect for Tanjong Pagar GRC in the following clips.